All right, welcome y'all to another Will Santana Films review. Today we're not doing a review. I got with a good friend of mine. You need to check out his YouTube channel, Electronic Truth TV. This is my friend Chris Robinson, aka Ichiban Stunner. Tell them a little bit about your page, Chris.
A lot of stuff going on there. Anything from electronics to custom controllers. I know you guys, while we're at my place, I'll make a plug here. But we mod all types of controllers. PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, you name it. And it's a lot of education if you want. I'm not charging anything. I don't try to sell you anything. It's all just to help you guys out. So if you're in electronics, check me out.
Yeah, it's a great channel for electronics, especially guys into controllers and modding your PlayStation and trying to get upgrades and improve your controller. Just to improve the gameplay. It's a great channel. I highly recommend it. Make sure you subscribe to it and everything. But today, me and Chris were talking and we wanted to do a little something different here. We wanted to go old school. Retro. Yeah, we're going retro here, and we want to talk a little bit about old school gaming and compare some of it to now, to today's what's going on, you know, DLCs and just the actual hard copy of the cartridge and everything. So get ready. Here we go. Okay, so I'm here with Chris, and you see we're over here playing old school Battletoads.
Yeah, man.
Does this bring back any memories, Chris?
Man, dude, I ain't played this game in forever since I was like a little kid.
Now, what do you think of old school gaming, man? Like, are you a fan of it, or were you a fan of it back then?
I would tell you, and I know this sounds crazy, I enjoy watching it more than I do playing it. And I know that's an oxymoron, but you know,
it's kind of like bowling for me. I enjoy playing it, but I don't like watching it.
Right. It's one of those things where I think it's really cool to play it, but I mean, for if you're into playing it. But for me, I like watching other people play it, and I like to see what, you know, how they do and how fast they can beat games that took a long time. Am I on this dude's back?
Yeah, you're riding him. I've never seen that before.
That's freaking crazy. I don't even know how I got on his back. And I'm like,
I did not know that was possible, man.
I'm like flying too. This is insane. Oh man, I hit you. That was another.
Oh my man.
Hey, it was. Man, that's the beauty of old school gaming. But now, you know, I don't consider myself a retro gamer. I think it's cool if you're into that kind of thing, but again, it's one of those things that I don't do. Part of it's probably the graphics for me. That 8-bit for me now, after seeing the new stuff, is just not the same. Oh, look at this.
Okay, so you're more a fan of what's coming out now than what's then.
Yeah, well, I like the whole progress. Oh shit. Yeah, I like, you know, where we are progress wise. Mm-hmm. And now, I mean, I think you have to pay homage to this, and I think that, you know, this is what we came from, mm-hmm, versus where we are now. So I like the newer stuff just because it's more current and it fits my needs today. But back then, this fit my need a little bit better than say the arcade, when I had a home console that was like a Nintendo or a Sega or anything like that. And I'm just one of them kind of folks that's like, hey, let's move on.
Were you an arcade person back then?
I was a huge arcade person. Believe it or not, I did. Oh man,
my bad.
We both got knocked out. I did arcade more than I did home consoles. Now that was just me, but each person's different. I was trying to kill that very sim, concentrate too hard. Now, I was like I said, I did the arcade more than I did home consoles, and it was just because that was my cup of tea. Oh man, did I?
Oh, I got extra man. Just can't hit it back and forth.
What? How did he? Oh, he bit me off my little stroke. Hey man, they cheating me. Oh snap! Go up.
Was there a particular game you used to play at the arcade?
Ninja Turtles and probably X-Men. Those were the 2 games I played a lot, particularly in Ninja Turtles. I just remember the guy used to always be like shell shock.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was crazy, and it was cool. Now again, that doesn't mean that I didn't like home console games, because I played the crap out of some Mortal Kombat, and there were some other games along the way that I played too. Oh man, I'm dead. I'm super dead. Oh. I need to get some of that frog juice.
Now, what was your favorite retro console? Did you have one?
Probably a Sega Genesis. And we talked about this. Oh man, I died. And I talked about this with you the other day. The Sega, it was like how there's Nintendo, or not Nintendo, how there's Xbox and Sega fanboys now. Mm-hmm. It was the same way then. It was, you either had a loyalty to Nintendo or you had loyalty to Sega. Some people had both. Mm-hmm. But I mean, there was a loyalty there that you liked what that company had to offer, and that was what it was.
So basically, it was a PlayStation versus Xbox back then too, huh?
It really was. It was the same kind of setup as it is now, and it was like, either you were into that or you weren't. You just had to kind of take your pick as to what who your loyalty was to.
And which console was yours?
I was a Sega guy.
I was a Sega guy.
And Sega had some good shit to me. And I did play Nintendo. I ain't gonna sit here and say I didn't, but I was a Sega fool.
What was your Sega game? What was that one game that right now, if we could play it?
I would tell you straight up, it was Altered Beast.
Power up.
Altered Beast. Rise from your grave. I mean, it was real stuff, and I loved it. And that was actually the first game that came with a Sega for me. I mean, I know a lot of people don't remember, but that game came out as the game that came with the console. And I know some of the guys and girls out there don't remember, but you used to be able to actually get a game console. I mean, not an actual game. Hey man, they cheated me. Now look, they gonna put me right in the game.
Yeah, you gotta get ahead of those things.
Yeah. Man. Oh man, see, I gotta catch the hang of it.
Now, even though you just admitted, the game froze on us. Okay, now even though you admitted you were a Sega person,
right?
Sonic or Mario? Come on now, be honest.
Sonic guy.
You're a Sonic guy?
Sonic guy. Sonic was cool. I don't know what they were thinking about on the first Sonic when when he couldn't spin. You can hold the button down, he could spin. Mm-hmm. And back then it wasn't a problem. But if you play it today, you're like, what the hell? It's a big problem. So that was the only thing for me. This is one of my favorite games. I'm looking at now on screen, Mike Tyson Punch-Out. Mm-hmm. But that was one of the favorite games that I played.
Did you ever beat Iron Mike?
I think one or two times I beat him, and it was kind of the funny thing about playing these old games. When I played back in the day, mm-hmm. When you beat him, it was a surprise. It was a shocker. You wasn't expecting it.
Okay. And
you're always much smaller than the opponent, which I thought was pretty interesting.
And y'all see Mario right there, the referee. That's a little retro for you, man. Now, are you more in favor of the DLC or the hard copy?
Me personally, I like hard copy because I like what it does for you. I like being able to go to the store, and I like being able to have something to sell. I think that you don't have anything to sell when you got digital. Yeah, he knocked out.
Do you mind when a certain game console, or not game console, a certain game releases 3 or 4 DLCs? Do you think that's too much? Are you fine if they release 1, 2, maybe? I like the
DLC personally, but it's just up. I mean, it's really up to the person. For me, I like DLC because I like change, as I said, and I like to evolve, and I like for games to evolve, and I like having that experience that if there's something wrong, you can fix it. Case in point, with these old games, if there was something to exploit, you couldn't. It couldn't be fixed. It was what it was.
Yeah, you got it as is.
Yeah, you got it. It was, and you knew that was the game you played.
See, now me personally, I'm okay with DLC. I'm okay with 1 or 2 adding to it, adding more maps like Call of Duty or Battlefield when they add more maps to it to make the game a little more funner. Because you get tired of playing the same stuff over and over. But I don't like when they start nickel and diming and start milking all the money they can out of you.
I agree with that.
New guns, change your dog into a wolf,
Right.
and all that kind of stuff. New skins. I think they're milking that. To me, since this is a film review channel, to me that's like George Lucas, what he's doing with Star Wars.
Right.
You know, milking every single dollar he can out of you, and what Avatar has been doing, adding new features, 3D. It's like, why didn't you release all this all at once? You know?
No, I agree with that, and that's a problem for me also, especially at the cost. I mean, when you look at what games used to cost when they came out versus now, you're paying, if you get the really nice version, I mean, you're spending some money. And when it's all said and done, you got $150 or more invested in the game. That's just not cool. And then they still want to milk you out of other stuff. I look at Call of Duty. If you get the Prestige Edition, you've got $200 invested, plus the cost of DLC.
Yeah, I didn't like the people who bought the Prestige Edition. They should have gotten season passes for free.
Now they did on the new one, and I'm just talking about Call of Duty Ghosts right now. They did get them there, but you still get nickel and dime into like holiday camos, into changing your dog into a wolf. If you want to buy other stuff, everything's not included. Which, for that kind of money, I mean, you're buying a console.
Now, you know, on YouTube, the retro gaming consoles have become very popular. Like, people are going out, hitting swap meets, flea markets, hitting Goodwills, and on eBay. They're all over the internet. People are trying to get these systems back because they're discontinued.
Right.
You can't just go to a Walmart and get one anymore. Do you think that's just a fad, or you think it's here to stay?
I think it's a collector thing, just like people collect action figures. It's a nostalgia thing. I know we talk about this subject all the time. It's an issue where people have the opportunity to relive their childhood. It's not an issue, it's a thing. They get the opportunity to relive their childhood and they say, I'm going to go for it. And they buy these games and they pop them in every now and then, they play them. Or they play them pretty regularly, because a lot of people when they were younger didn't have the money that they have now to invest. So that's a big part of it, is that you have the opportunity to invest in all the games and you can have them all, and you can have them on your terms, and that was not the case before.
Okay, now, this is my last question for Chris. I don't want to make this video footage too long. If you were to go back and get a console, a particular one, retro, which one would it be?
If it was me, it would be the Sega Saturn, because I think that the Saturn was way before its time. It was just a really sweet console, and it had a lot of cool stuff to it. I mean, you could do internet, you could do all kinds of stuff, and I know it was like 2000, so it's not really considered a retro at this point. Oh man.
Okay, so we're gonna get ready to exit out on this. Hope you guys enjoy some of this old school retro play. But before I go, I do want to show off some of Chris's modded controllers and everything close up and everything, so you guys can see exactly what he's talking about. And please make sure you subscribe to his channel. It's Electronic True TV. You see the font right here. Make sure you subscribe to his page. Make sure you subscribe to mine. Check him out, man. He's got some very, very interesting thing going on, and he actually has a controller that I'm gonna try to steal from here before I leave. It's a glow-in-the-dark PS4 controller. Yeah, that's leaving. It's gonna be my man cave. And if I can't get it out without him knowing it, he's gonna make me one. So here we go, y'all. Check out these controllers. Alright, as y'all see, here's some of Chris's controllers that he's modded. This is just a few of them, but Chris, what is those green buttons on the R3?
These are Control Freaks. It's a company that I use, and if you play a lot of first-person shooters, these are great for accuracy, and they just give you a little bit more range of motion, and I like them for that point. You can basically bump your sensitivity up a lot higher and still kill people.
And I've also noticed on your channel, you mentioned you have a lot of scuff mods. Explain exactly for those who don't know what a scuff mod is.
As you guys can see, I've got buttons in the corners of these controls. This one actually has paddles. And what a scuff mod is, and Scuff is a company that made these controllers. I want to make sure I let everybody know that. This is a scuff style mod. This is my interpretation of that. But what it allows you to do is, when you're in the game, instead of having to push other buttons to jump and to knife, or depending on how you have your controller map, you can use these buttons under the bottom and keep your hands, so your hands are always on triggers and everything. So you're never taking your thumb off of your aim in R3. So it's just really nice to have that feature. And I've got this one customized just to my liking with a bigger button for my knife and then a smaller button for jumping.
Okay. So you got that one customized to your liking, but bad news, it's going home with me today. Yeah, so y'all make sure y'all tune in.
This one here is just straightforward if you like paddles.
Okay. So y'all make sure y'all tune in to Electronic Truth TV, man. Chris has a lot going on. Make sure you subscribe. Please click that subscribe button. So he's got so much going on. And if you want me to relay a message to him, by all means, go ahead, post a comment on my page. Leave comments on his page because he does respond. So definitely be interactive with him. You know, he's very active on his page and everything. So y'all stay tuned. He has a lot more going on. And we're signing out. Till next time.